I am a terrible procrastinator. I'm so bad at it, or I'm really good at procrastinating, especially when it comes to everything, I'll be honest. But what this is about right now is a college class that I'm taking, and comes out on Monday. You know what I do? I wait until Sunday to do everything. Listen. I look at it and I'm like, oh, I could do that now, but it's easy, so I could just do it later. I'll just do it on Sunday. And then I always end up screwing myself over. Right now, I'm procrastinating working on my Halloween costume. Not for any reason in particular, just that I'm scared that it's not going to work out. And that's sad. What if it doesn't work out and then I have to restart the whole thing? Or seam rip some of it? I do not want to seam rip. I hate seam ripping. Especially with this, because the fabric that I'm using, it shows when you seam rip. And then just like projects in general, I have so many different paintings in my room that are like half complete. I start it and then, I have to pause because I have to go do something else. And then as soon as I get back, I lose all motivation. I put my paints away. And it's so much work to put my paints away. And so, the next time that I have time to work on my painting, I'm like, do I really want to do all that? Do I want to clean my brushes? Do I want to clean my paint palette? Oh my gosh, it's so much work. I could do something else instead. And so I never end up working on the paintings. I have 3 unfinished paintings. More than that, but 3 ones that I've worked on more recently. And, haven't worked on them in... 2 of them I haven't worked on since the summer. And then this other one, I worked on it last month. And I was using oil painting, which, if you don't know, that's even worse. Because oil paints take forever to dry. And, I painted. I started with watercolor, actually, so that I wasn't just painting on a white canvas. And then, wait for that to dry. Takes 2 minutes. Easy peasy. And then the next day, I get out my oil paints, and I paint with my oil paints. I'm like, okay, I'll leave that layer for later. The next day comes around. I still can't work on it because the oils paints are still wet. The next day comes and I still can't work on it because the oil paints are still wet. The next day comes, I can't work on it because the oil paints are still wet. It takes a week for the oil paints to dry. What do you mean? Anyway, so it takes a week for the oil paints to dry. And then after that week, I add another layer. And then I have to wait another week after that. And by then, it's been 3 weeks since I started that painting, and guess what? I kind of lost motivation for it. Sure, I want it to be done, but it looks a little bit odd, and if I work on it more, I might mess it up more, and I actually don't want to work on it. I don't feel in the mood for it. And it's actually so much work to get my oil paints out and get out my brushes and, mix them up, and then my room's gonna be even more messy because I have oil paints out. So I haven't worked on any of those paintings. At least with school, there's a deadline, So even if I do procrastinate, I still have a deadline, so I still work on it. But with personal projects, like the paintings, I'll just never work on those paintings again. With my Halloween costume, there is a deadline because, it's by Halloween. But with a lot of my personal projects, there is no deadline. And if I don't tell anyone about these projects, then it really doesn't matter if I never complete them because there's no consequences. No one will ever know that I never completed them besides myself. I'm so awesome at procrastination. By the way, these are little pumpkins that my mom grew in her garden. And then this over here is a little tea set that my grandma gave me. And there's eggs on the back. And then there's a little sugar holder with a little duck and eggs on the back. Apparently my mom used to collect tea sets. She doesn't anymore though, so that's why my grandma had this, because I've been procrastinating my college schoolwork. I've been procrastinating applying for scholarships. I've been procrastinating doing more research on the major that I want to do. Just all college stuff. Oh, I don't want to do college. I've been procrastinating writing multiple stories that I've started actually. One of them, it's gonna be a comic, and so I've been drawing it. But when it doesn't turn out perfectly how I want it to turn out, then I pause and I'm like, well, I'll come back to this later. No, I won't. What am I saying? I've been procrastinating like 4 different books that I started reading. And then I'm also procrastinating cleaning my room. It's a total mess. It's really bad. I probably won't work on anything else. Procrastination sucks. Don't be a procrastinator. I don't know how you stop. Bye-bye.